Any member of this family that enters the professional wrestling business knows about the expectations that are gonna be on their back. They know about the prestige that their very name carries. They know that those who came before them have accomplished so much. Bearing the weight of those legacies can prove to be way too much for almost anyone. But that was never the case for Jimmy and Jay Uso. Jimmy and Jay Uso looked to be stars from the very start, constantly evolving their look, style, and offense as they progressed in their careers. Face paint and war dances would fade away, and the two would embrace the day one-ish mentality, looking to punish opponents and send them to the Uso penitentiary. The Usos are 8-time WWE Tag Team Champions. The Usos have main evented WrestleMania after initially fighting for a mere spot on the card. The Usos were the premier team of the 2010s. The Usos are the greatest team of all time. Jimmy and Jay are poetry in motion, each knowing what the other is looking to do next, each using every bit of savvy they gained growing up in professional wrestling to keep their edge. And sure, in recent years, it's been difficult between the two. Jimmy did cost Jay his match at SummerSlam against your tribal chief, Roman Reigns. After months of the anger building between the two, Jimmy and Jay ended up as the first two entrants in the 2024 Royal Rumble match, bringing things to a head. But even that moment wasn't enough to settle the issue, and so they would fight again at WrestleMania 40. Jay Uso truly became main event and found his inner yeet, even adding another tag team championship with Cody Rhodes as his partner. As your wise man eventually would suffer as well, Jimmy found himself betrayed by Solo Sikoa and unceremoniously dumped out of Solo's version of the Bloodline. When Jimmy and Jay are a tag team, they are pure art. They are the reason for the resurgence of tag team wrestling's popularity over the last 15 years. And perhaps, oh, perhaps, their grandest moment came during the 2017 Hell in a Cell, when they would lock horns with perhaps their greatest opposition ever, The New Day. From July to October of that year, the SmackDown Tag Team titles would change hands 4 times between the two teams, both looking for ultimate bragging rights. The Usos' connection as twins always gave them an upper hand with most teams. But the New Day had their own trick, utilizing the Freebird rule to allow any 2 of the 3 members to compete in any match. Jimmy and Jay could never know for sure who the opponents would be, with a different game plan needed for each iteration. With nothing clearly settled after 4 months, the New Day would offer to defend inside Hell in a Cell, and the Usos gladly accepted. We've seen the Usos showcase tag team wrestling at its most beautiful. Now we want you to showcase the brutality that exists within Hell in a Cell. Big E and Xavier Woods are going to use everything at their disposal to take you down. But you've been down since day one. Now it's time to force the New Day to realize there's nothing wrong with them being in second place, and there's nothing that's stopping you inside Hell in a Cell.
Remember, this match is under Tornado Tag Team rules. A 2-on-2 match with the pinfall or submission has to happen inside the ring. In the Hell in a Cell, no tags, no countouts, no disqualification.
The Usos and the New Day came into this match expecting and prepared to raise the bar, raise the level of competition, and make history. This is going to be unforgettable. Super kick!
All the talking we've heard leading into this match, we've heard the Usos call the New Day, quote, 3 clowns on a tricycle.
Look, the Usos love to trash talk, but they deliver. And don't act like the New Day don't throw verbal jabs either. We had Big E earlier saying how he's going to drop some gloom and doom of biblical proportions. A prophecy Big E is fully capable of backing, too. Sent into the ropes and a sharp elbow to the back. What power! Just battering their opponent. Boom! And an uppercut!
Caught in a bad spot. Finds a way to get out of it, and that indecisiveness proved to be costly. New Day refer to this as their power lineup when having Big E involved in there with Xavier Woods.
Big E, the obvious powerhouse of the group. Woods has that blend of speed and power, making him the most well-rounded superstar for New Day.
What's interesting, though, is this is the lineup that lost to the Usos at SummerSlam. The New Day not choosing Big E and Kofi to beat the Usos a few weeks ago could prove to be costly.
Ooh! Fishing for something beneath the ring.
Determination in his eyes, and now a kendo stick in his hands.
He clearly has dangerous intentions in mind here, gentlemen. Oh! And he clearly knows that as long as he has the kendo stick, he has the power here.
Big E responds. Corey, a few weeks ago, we saw the New Day walk out of SmackDown as champs in a street fight. A match the Usos handpicked, but this environment is totally different.
There's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. I think the New Day played right into the Usos' hand when they selected this match. Jimmy and Jay have a street mentality. They're perfectly equipped to turn Hell in a Cell into the Uso penitentiary.
This cell is meant to contain all these superstars, but that's not to say this cell can't inflict unimaginable damage on those who step inside. We're going to see these teams tap into their barbaric nature.
From the top.
Crash landing.
The universal signal for extreme. The kendo stick has entered the fray.
And that was an expertly executed DDT. The Usos following the footsteps of many great family tag teams, the Steiner brothers, the Head Shrinkers, who of course Jay and Jimmy's own father was a member of.
It would be a very proud moment for the Anoa'i family if the Usos can capture their 5th tag team championship here.
The apple doesn't fall far from the tree for Jay and Jimmy. Just a factory of elite specimens come from the Anoa'i blood.
The challenger really taking it on the chin here.
Woods creating an opportunity to attack there.
Nice DDT.
And here he is, heading back into the ring. For the championship. That's one way to break up a pin attempt.
Right to the kidneys from behind.
So many amazing matches between these two teams. They said it this past week on SmackDown. No matter where we are, we put on a show.
The Usos a new
Pin attempt by the champion. A kick out to stay alive.
That was a long 2 count there. Hooked up.
Vicious right forearm. German suplex. Just like that, sent out of the ring.
Oh man, jarring headbutt.
Under the ropes and back into the ring. Look at this. Snap suplex. Straight into the pin. 2 count. Oh, he kicked out.
He's still in the fight, but for how much longer?
Not enough pressure on the pin.
Elbow drop. The Usos and the New Day have had such a back-and-forth competition within the tag team division. You can just look at these teams' title reigns, their dominance.
What tells you these are the two best teams that WWE...
We have a pin for the title. The champ holding on by a thread.
Yeah, he's just running on fumes now.
Rocket kick!
Lands an elbow.
Usos and New Day going at it inside Hell in a Cell, and Jey Uso set outside the ring, and now the New Day on the attack. Big E, as aggressive as I've ever seen him here tonight. And Xavier Woods now with toys, kendo sticks in hand.
And it's about to get more aggressive, more vicious, more barbaric. I've never seen this vicious of a side from the New Day. It's what Hell in a Cell does to you.
Oh, now with the kendo sticks, Xavier Woods unloading. Well, you're saying it, Byron. Hell in a Cell makes you do some awful things. Just attempting to survive, attempting to win.
Do whatever you want, punish however you want.
Right now, that seems to be the mission statement of the New Day in order to retain the SmackDown Tag Team titles.
And that's what it's about, proving you're the best in one of the most insane environments in WWE today. The New Day have just changed the whole complexion of this match. I don't know if I've seen New Day go to these lengths before.
Well, no time to be a jovial bunch when you're in a cell, Michael. Tonight, it's not about entertaining. It's about putting your sworn enemy to rest for good. Talking to Xavier, he told me the one thing the Usos have taught us is that we have to embrace a more lawless culture here in WWE. A more lawless culture in this rivalry.
And that could be the reason the New Day chose to have this match in the Hell in a Cell. It's been such a chaotic rivalry. Therefore, only this kind of lawless match could finally put an end to it for good.
From behind, chop block. Ooh. Big E able to get out of the way. And he now slides back into the ring.
Nice takedown. Stack them up. Champion. Keeps his team alive. What a save.
Vicious right forearm.
The Usos and the New Day have been trading title reigns for the majority of the year now. This, the contractual rematch for the Usos. If they lose, the Usos won't get another opportunity for the titles as long as the New Day are champs.
And just being around the Usos, it's not only about winning the tag team titles, it's about stripping the New Day of everything that made them popular with the WWE Universe. It's about making sure the New Day never competes again.
It's never been just about the title, Saxton. It's about these two teams wanting to claim supremacy for themselves.
And another stiff shot to the head here. And now heading back inside the ring.
Kick to the...
And the action is shifted now into that dangerous area between the ring and the walls of the cell.
Ooh, tossed with the suplex.
Great job anticipating Jimmy. To their face.
Swing on sight and don't stop swinging till it's over. The Usos being relentless in their punishment. Rapid fire Samoan drop.
Able to make a timely escape.
And no two ways about it. That move was just dirty. And Jimmy and Big E slugging it out middle of the ring. This has been a vicious, brutal match between two of the great tag teams today.
Here comes Jey Uso into the fray alongside of his brother.
Bang! Double super kick.
And the Usos now looking for that patented Uso splash from the top rope.
Uso splash! The cover to win the tag team titles, and Woods handcuffs it all, breaks it up.
At the last possible second, Xavier Woods saving this match for his team.
Credit to Woods for his never say die attitude, but Xavier Woods is outgunned right now.
And look at Woods still fighting back.
Yeah, with the handcuffs, using the handcuffs as a weapon.
That's smart.
And Woods now down. And trying to still fight back. What heart from Xavier Woods.
That Hart may not have much more fight left. Jimmy and Jey back up to the top one more time.
Uso splash in stereo. The cover.